This is why we're slow. This is why we can't beat Ryan Martin, Kyle.
What's up, gang? Welcome back to another video. We are out here in the shop. It looks like I am late to the party. Kyle has already got Prenup out of the trailer, unloaded, and tore down. The heads are off, the rockers are off, the push rods are out, the rods and pistons are out. You've seen that in the first part of the clip. Showed you everything. I didn't even have to be out here with my man. I have so much trust in him, and he has learned so much in the last year that he can literally go through this whole entire car. I was tied up yesterday handling sponsorships and meetings and getting everything ready. Me and Hitchhiker, we were trying to get stuff set up for this year. We are getting rods signed because rods are getting shipped out this week. If you haven't got yours already, there's a few left over on the website, www.justiceswanstrom69.com. We even got hats over there too. You need to go over there, get your hat. We got 3 hats on the site right now. We got sweatshirts, long sleeves, and t-shirts dropping next month. So enough with the merch plug. Let's go ahead and get into today's video. We're gonna be freshening up Prenup. We're gonna get her a new set of cylinder heads on her, get her a new set of pistons and rods, springs, just going over everything and servicing her for this season. So we'll check everything out. We'll show you all the process, the ins and outs of putting the motor back together so we can go run this weekend in Orlando Speed World. All right, guys, so me and Kyle were just sitting here talking because we ran this thing a whole season. Me and him were just here explaining to each other that we probably need to go ahead and take the intake off, which we're going to take off. Right now we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 33 runs on the motor. We got 26 runs on the Procharger. Everything is working. We just need to service everything up. But I told Kyle it's probably better off if we take the fuel lines, take the intake off the car, and there's a bunch of Allen bolts in here. There's Allen bolts on the inside. We just need to go ahead, tighten everything up. There was a few of them that were loose at the racetrack. I had to tighten up. There was a few that he had to tighten up. We also need to change this burst panel because that thing's been on there for a while. Just a little maintenance deal. So figure out we don't have no issues in the long run, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run uptown real quick because it is extremely cold here in Florida right now. We are gonna go get us a heater for the shop. The new shop will have heat and AC.
It's gonna be built in. We ain't gonna have to buy no portable heater.
Yeah, heat and AC in the new shop. So we're gonna head uptown real quick. We're gonna grab us a heater. We're gonna grab us some breakfast. We're gonna come back here and we're gonna go ahead and get to work. Well, guys, our trip to breakfast was a success. Our trip to go find a heater was a failure. So no heater today. That's all right. When we get the new shop up and running, it will have cold and heat all the time. New shop is gonna be awesome. Swangang compound. Dude just hit me up. They're coming middle to the end of this week to start on the build. So we'll be able to bring that on the channel as well. But anyways, we're back here at the shop. We got our old rods and pistons right here. We're gonna go through, we're gonna check all of them, make sure.
That means you got 8 more going to the website today.
Yeah, make sure we ain't got no issue. We'll have 8 more rods on the website you'll be able to use. We got the new rods right here. Shout out to Robin Roberts, Team X member. He was able to get me a set of rods. Rods are very hard to find right now. Proline has about 183 sets on order. I have 5 sets coming to me just so we can have rods throughout the season. Parts are very hard to get right now. We got the springs right here where we put springs on. We got the bearings going in the rods, and we got Kyle over here.
We ain't gonna be putting no springs on. You know why?
Why aren't we putting no springs on?
Because we're ready.
Oh, we busting out new heads?
We busting out the new babies.
We got new heads. At the end of the last year, I think I already spoke about this a little bit, but the end of last year, we went ahead. I took the money that I had accumulated over the year. winnings and all that, and I bought a spare set of cylinder heads. We were at a track one time, and Robin Roberts actually dropped a valve, and I hated that for him. And I told Dad, you know what, I need to start saving up. Let's try to win a race or two. Let's figure out what we can do so I can go ahead and purchase a spare set of cylinder heads, because when you drop a valve, most of the time you can go ahead and fix the stuff that's in the block and the motor and all that, but the heads are trash. So I wanted to have a spare set of heads. Well, we ended up winning the Texas race. We took that money right there and we bought us a spare set of cylinder heads. So now we have a spare set of heads for Prenup and new car when it comes out, the Nova Trust Fund. That's another thing. We need to head on over to Cameron Johnson Race Cars, because today is the day that they start on the new build. It's been a long time coming.
I'm proud of you.
But Cameron sent me a photo. Cameron sent me a photo, and I'll actually drop that photo right here. They have started on the build. The car is going on the chassis jig table, and it's getting ready to go.
What did he send you a picture of? This empty jig table saying it's ready?
It was an empty jig table at first. I said, damn, are you gonna get started? And not even 5 minutes later, there was already bars laid out, cut and bent, ready to go. But let's go ahead and start changing some stuff over. We need to go through, we need to check all the pistons, we need to check all the rings, make sure we ain't got no issue. We don't have no pistons collapsing or anything. And then we're gonna go ahead and flop these rods out, get these rods put up on the website for y'all, and we're gonna start throwing this motor back together. All right, guys, so the process was a little bit longer than I expected due to the fact I got about halfway through and I wasn't liking how some of the wristbands were fitting inside the pistons. So I waited until my dad got back. Dad took the rig down this morning to see, we put the gate and everything on. We just think we have a little bit of air in the cylinders, or one of the cylinders not as packed the same as the other. So one side of the gate is working faster than the other. We're able to make it work, but we need to get it fixed. So we're possibly gonna have to take the gate back off. But when Dad got back, I basically asked him, hey, come look at this. I want you, because he's taught me everything I know about going through the motor and everything. And I said, I want you to look at this and I want you to make a decision on it, as in what do you think we should do. So he went through, he looked at it. We were not able to get the wrist pin in and out, and he said to put another new piston in it. We ran these pistons all last year. They got about 150 runs on them right now. So with that being said, it was time to just go ahead and junk those pistons. So we put all brand new pistons in it, got new rings, got new rods. So the process was a little bit longer because I had to do everything twice.
We got new heads.
New heads.
We got new everything.
Yeah, so we got new everything. So we might as well just freshen it all up. Hopefully this season goes just as good as last season did on parts and everything. But shout out Diamond Piston. They are the pistons that we run in this motor. GRP rods, that's who we use to run the rods in this engine as well. Proline, AJ, they got us the heads, everything. You got Iski cams. They are supplying the cam, the lifters, and the springs for this season. So shout out to them for getting us all situated and suited up for this year. But we're about to go through. We're going to put the bearings in the rods. And once we get all that, now it's time to start slapping them inside the motor. I'm going to come over here. Kyle looks like he's got everything all nice and cleaned up, looking all polished and everything. That billet looks nice.
It is when it's clean. It's really
when it's clean. I remember whenever we first got the motor, it looked beautiful. I mean, it still looks beautiful.
It is, but it's hard to keep it perfect.
It's hard to keep it perfect. Kyle's even got the firewall all nice looking, doing everything. We just gotta go ahead and get her all painted up now.
Yeah.
Then she'll be a race car again.
We gotta get this thing fired up today.
So we're gonna go ahead and start going through and knocking these bad boys inside the hole. So we already started. We knocked two in real quick. You got me up top. You got Kyle on the bottom, showing them exactly what all we gotta do right here. But it's only us two in the shop.
Let's rephrase that. Let's rephrase that. We're gonna edit that out. You got Justin pushing the pistons in, Kyle putting the rod caps on. The top and bottom stuff.
What's wrong with top and bottom?
No.
No?
No.
We're not allowed to use top and bottom. So I am up here pushing the pistons inside the holes, get them inside the sleeves. Kyle's underneath the car, making sure everything gets torqued up and everything's done. We're gonna go through, we're gonna knock these things out real quick, basically explain a little bit on how we do it. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all know now, there's a lot of mechanics on YouTube.
Yes.
So the way that I'm doing it may not be the right way to everyone, but it's just the way I was taught. My dad taught me how to go through the motors, how to do everything.
You've heard the old saying. You've heard the old saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Exactly. So do not come from my head if you see something. Just how we do it, it's worked, and we're gonna continue to keep doing it.
She fires up and she races, so I think we're doing something right.
We haven't put this one back together. It's only us two in the shop.
No,
so
we're fine. That's all we need. That's all we need.
All we need is us. So we're gonna go ahead and explain this a little bit. Kyle, can I get you to hold the camera?
No.
I need you to hold the camera. Come on, stand up real quick, Kyle. Let's explain to them what we do real fast.
Well, we don't like you doing much explaining.
So we put some oil inside our cylinder walls just to make sure she's all slipped up good. We're gonna go ahead and put in number 5 real quick. We'll take some WD-40, put it on our rings.
Yeah, spray that stuff on there good. Nice and lubed up.
Spin them around, see, nice and smooth. That's how we like it, nice and smooth.
Like butter.
Then we got this, what's this called, Kyle?
That is the piston ring compressor.
Ring compressor. Because what is it doing?
It compresses the rings.
It's compressing your rings.
It's in the name.
Oh, that's my jacket. Can't compress my jacket. Can't get my jacket out of there.
This is your first time? No, this is his third time.
Well, this is my first time putting the pistons in. I'm usually underneath the car.
This is your third time though, because you'd already done 2.
Yeah.
We skipped out on you guys.
So get that where we like it, get that set up. We're gonna get that set inside there. We're gonna go ahead and pop the rod caps off. We're gonna leave this rod go to the bottom with Kyle. We're gonna put some assembly lube on our rod. Don't worry about it. The assembly lube will evaporate in the oil, so it will break it down. It's not a big deal. We're putting that on there so nothing's dry. We're able to spin the motor around, do whatever we want. You like that? Imagine if you're using that for lube. So Kyle uses this oil underneath the car while I am up here pushing it down, getting it set up to the crank. Kyle goes ahead and puts his assembly lube on his bearing underneath, puts his oil on his studs, and we get this up. Then we're gonna go ahead and torque the rod to 125 pounds. So let me go ahead and stick it up top here, and then I'll grab the camera and we'll go up underneath the car to show them what we do.
Oh, yeah.
Is our black hose in the way? So, gonna get that down inside there. Get that lined up. Everything's good right there. Where's our hammer at? Usually we're on Pro Jacks, so we're not having to do all this we got going on right here.
The lift is nice though.
So once we got that in, go ahead, push it down real quick. Gonna go ahead and go underneath the car, see what we got going on with Kyle, and go from there. All right, guys, so now that we're up underneath the car, we went ahead and pushed the rod and piston down to the crank. Kyle, I feel like anything to do with lube and oil or silicone, you overdo it.
You literally just told the people on the camera.
I know, but that doesn't mean waste it.
I'm not wasting. That's the same
Look
glob
at it,
you
dude.
put on.
Half of it's coming off the side.
That's the same amount you put on up there. I watched you. You just always try to make me look bad on the camera.
That's not true.
Damn.
I just be trying to help. You over here trying to set the car on fire and shit. What you think about the last video about that?
I didn't like that too much. But the fans like this. I guess that's all that matters.
Make sure you got that going up in there. One way you can be able to tell, guys, is the numbers are on the side that needs to go. The beveled edge also goes against the crank. The flat edges go against each other's rod.
Every time.
Didn't even sound right.
No ifs, ands, or buts. You're over there talking about rods.
So snug that boy up. Once we snug it up, we're gonna torque that thing down to 125 pounds, and we're gonna move on to the next one. We just wanted to give y'all a quick little idea on how we put these things in.
Man, I gotta say, I'm so glad we got us a second set of heads now, because now we ain't gotta spend 4 hours changing springs and these things. We literally just pulled these things out.
The things look brand new.
It's because they are brand new. Because they are brand new.
Nice new pieces.
Yes. Literally take them out the box, put our two head grounds on, throw it on the motor.
And we're gonna go ahead and get those freshened up and get ready for MPK season 5.
Because that's the same head that's been on the car since the first test session, right?
Yep. So they've been good to us. We went ahead and we changed the valves once on them throughout the middle of the season. I think we were at Texas.
Yep.
We changed the valves and then won the race. Maybe we change the valves every race.
We should.
Yeah,
well, we got brand new valves. That is. But we change the springs every 30 passes, no matter.
That's because when we change the rods, we change the bearings. So there's a lot of people been asking. We changed the springs, the rods, and the bearings on the engine at every 30 runs. This last time we took it to 33 runs, but somewhere around that ballpark, that's where we have it. People were asking about the head gaskets, the pistons, the rings. As long as you don't hurt nothing or explode anything or shoot anything through the engine, as long as there's nothing hurt on it, there's no burnt marks or nothing, there's no reason to change it. So we literally ran the same pistons, same rings, everything. You've seen we had a little bit of issues up here with the wrist pins. Over time, overruns, it seems like they are starting to get a little wear and tear on them. So starting the new season, we're gonna go ahead and just put all brand new stuff back inside the engine. But we're about to slap these heads on. When we get the heads on, we'll get the rocker stands on, get those torqued down, get the rockers, get the valves, or get the rockers, get the push rods, everything inside the motor, and then all we gotta do is set the intake on and button this thing up, and we may be able to fire it later on in this video.
Sure you can handle that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna set the first one. I'm not telling you this is the right way to do it. I'm just saying, just watch me, and then I'm gonna let you set the other one, all right?
Okay.
And then we'll go through and do it every day. This is more like a teaching Kyle a little bit more on how to do this. Sooner or later, he won't even need me. Kyle will be in the driver's seat doing everything.
I did tear it all the way down. Just coming back together, I said, we got some torque specs we got to pay attention to.
Did you so you tighten up those studs?
Yep, they're tight.
So whenever you take this thing apart, because there's a lot of boost that goes through the motor and these things are torqued down, it does loosen up the studs whenever you take it apart. So Kyle actually went through, and you have to, and you take an Allen, and I think it's a 3/8 socket, go through and tighten up those studs. Check out those studs where they're at real quick.
I was just looking at that big ass glob of silicone you got on there. Why are you putting so much silicone on there, dude?
Well, that's because I don't want this to leak. You don't want to tear this back apart.
I don't want that to leak either.
Whatever, Kyle. Whatever floats your boat, dude.
Hey, don't talk to Kyle like that. Hear me?
So you line up the holes and slide her on down in there.
So get it where you want it. And then you're gonna smack that thing. Ready? That didn't work. A little issue being brand new heads. The studs are on the block. Had to do a little bit of movement. I was having an issue.
Pops came in here and of course what happened?
He slung it on there.
He slammed it.
He slammed it. I didn't know he was supposed to slam these things.
Slam it. Slammed it. Anyways, we got the other side on now. Kyle, did you put any peanut butter on the studs?
Oh shit! See?
See? You're getting ahead of yourself. And did those have washers or no?
Yeah.
All right, so leave the washer down there, but let's put some peanut butter on the studs. And then we need to torque this thing down.
This is why we're slow.
This is what? What is that?
So this is why we're slow. This is why we can't beat Ryan Martin, Kyle.
Kyle, tell him to get off our back, dude.
Get in the oil.
We're not professionals, man.
We're not professionals. We're trying our best. This is me and Kyle's first time putting this whole thing together.
You're professional now. You don't work at the company.
Oh, I think we're.
He's a professional YouTuber.
You got something to mix that up?
I mean, I was just gonna.
You gonna do it with your hand?
What else am I gonna do? I'm not a
I
baby.
got you a little screwdriver or something. Look at that. That's like some peanut butter right there. Eat it. Don't do that.
Slinky would.
Slinky probably would. Just go through and paste that on there. Anything that's got threads on it, we'll use peanut butter on
And
it.
this is like assembly oil, right? This kind of disintegrates once you fucking.
But anything that's got threads, we'll use the peanut butter on. Equivalent to like seeing God. It's just, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, probably won't happen again.
I know.
Especially after I got that PayPal. We're about done for the month.
I know. Good for about the month right now.
Yeah.
Look at this. Is this mine? I didn't even know if it was mine or not.
Yeah.
Come over here videoing like it's nothing. You're getting somewhere. I'm proud of you. You buying dinner tonight?
I told you I can't afford dinner.
What you doing over here? Hell yeah. Supervisor. So as you can see behind me, Cameron has officially started on the new car. The Nova is on the jig table. He's already bending tubing, getting stuff tacked up, welded. Oh, Eddie. Hi, Eddie. Hi. What are you doing? You know, seeing Cameron work is kind of like seeing a unicorn. I mean, they exist. It's just not every day you get to see it.
Doesn't happen often, huh?
Look at them welds, though. Cameron, you actually still got it. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I don't get to do it often. Nobody lets me weld.
They don't like you welding,
They
or
don't let me weld.
they don't let you?
No. Not very often.
Do they like just push you out of the way?
Pretty much.
They just push them out of the way, guys. Check out these new Marty Merrilat brackets. These my brackets, Cameron?
Yeah.
Shout out Marty Merrilat. Y'all know we already use them for our rear ends. Danny just got a rear end on his car, but he just made us 4-link brackets for the rear of this car. So Cameron's getting everything set up on it. His new chassis jig table has got all the fixtures and everything to be able to hold the whole entire cage and everything in to be able to get the car built to what it needs to be. But as you can see, we have officially started on the Nova. All right, guys, so we are back out here in the shop. We showed you the starting part of Trust Fund going on over at Cameron Johnson Race Cars. I just went to Tampa to pick up our new non-lockup quick dry setup with our non-lockup converter. We won't be testing that until we get back on big tires. Got here to the house. Kyle's already got the oil pan on. He's got the intake on. Go ahead and show them that real quick. Everything is complete right here. I'm just gonna go through, check the lash on the rocker arms, just make sure everything's good. We like to check, this is what I do. I check them when it's cold. I check them at 8 thousandths. When it's hot, I check them between 20 and 22 thousandths. But because these are new heads, if I was running the same heads that I've been running, I wouldn't even check them for cold, because I already know that when we took them apart, we make sure we bring them up, we get all the pressure off the spring, and we pull them apart. We don't have to mess with the adjusters. But these are new heads, so I don't know if spring is different or anything. They shouldn't be, but we're gonna go through, we're gonna check them real quick. We're just gonna make sure that everything is good on them, and then we're gonna put oil inside this thing, and we're gonna get this car fired up for the end of the day.
Hell yeah, I can't wait.
Then we gotta load it up in the trailer.
Oh, that ain't no
Because
fun.
tomorrow we're going to test it.
Are we?
Yep, tomorrow we're going to Orlando Speed World. We'll be there this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We have a grudge race Saturday against Scotty G. He's our 315. I'm gonna stay on this little 275 tire. We're gonna run the shootout with him, a grudge race with him, and run the shootout Saturday night. So hopefully we can come away, get a few wins under our belt. We'll see how it goes, but we're going testing tomorrow to figure out what we can get this thing to do.
Put a little cash in our pocket. That's the main
Try
goal.
to.
Try to.
So we don't have no oil in the engine right now. So that one's a little snug right there, Kyle, but we don't have no oil in the engine right now. And that's the reason why we put the assembly lube and everything on it, so we're able to spin it over like we are right now.
That easy, huh?
Yep. And the cold setting really isn't a big factor. It's not a whole lot to it.
Just to make sure these things weren't messed up before we fired it up.
Once we go, Once we fire it up and get a warm checking on it, like that one there is pretty snug. So I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and loosen it. Try to get them all kind of similar. So we already did that side. We got this side. Now everything's good. I'm gonna have Kyle, we're gonna put spark plugs in. We're gonna put the valve covers on. We are going to put the oil back in the engine, and then we will be firing this thing up to see, one, if we have any issues, two, if it runs, and get everything ready so we can load it in the trailer this afternoon.
I'm pretty confident it'll shoot it.
Firing right now?
Huh? No fuel leaks? Good? Send it. Hey, hot. God, look at the boy. Look at the boy.
We did it, guys.
We got it, guys. Hell yeah. First time we did everything on our own, got everything situated. It was me and Kyle, but we got it all hooked up. See, it's running. Everything's good. We're gonna go eat some lunch real quick, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna go ahead and pull the valve covers and stuff off. We're gonna check to make sure everything is right. Sounds good so far. So we're just gonna go ahead and final touch everything, and then we're gonna load her up in the trailer because we're going testing tomorrow at Orlando Speedway.
Wow.
What?
It's an engine again.
Oh yeah, it's all together.
Hell
We're back
yeah.
from lunch, guys. We're gonna fire it up one more time. Just like a quick little heat cycle on it, and then we'll shut it off. We're gonna look through the valve covers one more time just to make sure everything's good on it, and then we're loading her in the box. But
Time to go do some testing tomorrow.
Sounds good. Did you see it was trying to suck it
It
in?
was like, I want something. I want something
So
to
guys,
eat.
that's like whenever we're at the track or anything's going on, I always tell people, no one's allowed to be in front of the car. You're not allowed to have no rags in your pockets or anything, because you seen on the table right there, Kyle really couldn't hear me because this thing was just back here screaming. She sounds so good. But 4 foot in front of the Procharger, that's how much air it's trying to suck through that Procharger to put inside that engine. So you see them over there looking at the table, and it was actually trying to suck the cloth off the table. Luckily the heads are on it and it was keeping it held down, but that's just a little quick glance of what it looks like, and that's the reason why we don't have nobody in front of the car. We don't have no rags or anything laying on the ground, because it literally will suck it through and go through the Procharger and into our engine. But that's enough with that. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn that bell notifications on. We are about to load the car up in the trailer. We're heading over to Orlando Speed World because we're gonna be testing tomorrow on a small tire. We're gonna be testing Friday. Saturday, we have a locked-in grudge race with Scotty G, big cubic inch nitrous motor, and then we're gonna be running the shootout Saturday night. I think it pays 5 or 10 grand, so let's see if we can go over there, go some rounds, possibly pull off a win, and do that. If you haven't done already, head over to the website. You can get your hats, www.justiswanstrom69.com. Go get your merch. We got new merch dropping next month. We will get everything situated for y'all. We even got a cold category coming out where beanies, sweatshirts, long sleeves, everything.
What? We're trying to get some hoodies?
We're finally getting some hoodies.
Dang.
So I've been working hard. Hitchhiker's been helping me out tremendously, trying to figure out what we can do to get stuff shipped out, get merch in stock. They're starting on the shop tomorrow, so we will be starting to bring that videos around too. I do want to thank each and every one of y'all that is subscribed to the channel already, and if you're not, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, turn that bell notifications on, so when we post a video, you'll be able to come over and watch it. I'm Justin Swanstrom, and I will see y'all at the next video.